Alright, so let's see. I was gonna make this one because I don't know. This is more of like all my videos are off the cuff. This one's more so because I just coming in to see a means to an end quest be repeated for the fourth or fifth time. You know, this season. It's like it makes me feel a certain kind of way. This is again. I guess this is a disclaimer or something, but this is the first season I've ever bought. Um, And the way I bought it was that I didn't have Shadowkeep until I think June or something when it went on sale for $20.99. So I bought it, and with it, I didn't know the season pass came with it. So I got the season two. I thought I had to buy Shadowkeep and then the season. Um, anyways, I knew it. I knew, but it's typical Bungie. Honestly, at this point, I'm not surprised. It's the typical. They have a cool premise. They have something really good, and then they just drop the ball with grinding down or some monotonous. Go kill X over here and go find X random item in X location. Um, they did it with Shadowkeep. They've done it with this season and other seasons. Again, the very beginning of the season was very strong. I thought the interference mission was really cool. I thought the Umbrella Engram thing was really cool. I liked the story, and honestly, if this was me like 4 or 5 years ago, my inner fanboy would be like, "Oh man, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna put the shit up." Like, "Oh yeah, Destiny's so great again." But again, over the years, I've become more jaded. I've become a cynical asshole. So I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait. Let's see how they drop the ball on this one." And as per usual, the interference quest boils down to, or the means to end boils down to, do two public contact public events, and then go do X monotonous thing, like go kill stuff in Reckoning, go kill stuff in Gambit or Crucible, Escalation Protocol, you know. And then you just go to the interference mission, which is a variation of 3 maps, and then you get your little lore thing, and that's it. That's the end. Um, so yeah, that's how I feel about this season. It started off really strong, but it just sucks. It's burned, and I feel bad for people doing this shit for upwards of a year. Cause at least from what I've seen, it's always been like this. They usually have a strong beginning, or they have something good, and they just kind of drop the ball. And honestly, I think with the seasonal model, it really shows the lack of content. Because otherwise, why do you think they would increase the light level cap? Honestly, if it, like it's something as simple as 50 levels every season is just it's annoying because you have to basically start from scratch and you have to do old content, old pinnacle gear, old pinnacle activities that give you pinnacle, old activities that give you pinnacle gear, just to level up and play the new content. And once you realize that, there's not really much to play. You just sit here like me, like, well, what the fuck? Let's see. What do we have this season? Contact public event, which is basically Gambit without invasions. I've seen that before. Um, Interference, that is new, but again, it gets pretty old pretty fast when you have to do that two-step quest that just makes you do old stuff you've already been doing, or play the hell the contact public event, which is something you've already seen a variation of. And then the only interesting thing is the dialogue, I guess, at this point. I've already heard the music, I've already seen all the 3 level layer. Maybe it'll be different this week, maybe something's different. I guess the only other thing you have to look forward to is maybe the skybox changing on some of the planets, and that's about it. But like, okay, let's say you do that, and then what else? Oh right, you have the prophecy dungeon. Okay, well I did prophecy dungeon, cool. I personally didn't like it, but let's say you love prophecy dungeon. How long is that gonna last you? How long, especially if you have a team of 3, how long is that gonna last you? How long is prophecy gonna last you? That's all the season is so far. It's interference, which is basically Gambit, like half baked game, not half baked, but like half Gambit plus dungeon, and that's it. That's all we have this season. I don't really count moments of triumph as content because again, it's stuff we've already done before. That's actually been, you know, usually moments of triumph encapsulate the current year, but some of the stuff's been here since year one. And I guess because it's leaving now, they want you to go do all of it. But anyways, there's that. But I don't count that as content. That's just doing stuff that I've already done before, or at least I know I've done any of the races. So, then you have Solstice of Hero. The grind fest that I'm not gonna do this year because I'm sick and tired of. Because last year was atrocious, and I have a feeling they're not gonna make it retroactive. So I'm not gonna grind on a new set just for it to be irrelevant. Like honestly, I'm still hung up over that, man. I grinded so hard and so long for that, just for it to become irrelevant as soon as Shadowkeep came out, because they made it seem like Armor 2.0 was going to be like this legendary gear thing, or only certain armor pieces. Like, it didn't. I didn't think again, it really hit me when I forgot what I did like some random activity and I got a blue engram and I was like, oh, it's Armor 2.0 and it had better stats than my legendary Solstice of Hero crap, and I'm just like, wow. And it's okay, I guess. Yeah, that was a fucking disappointment. And then now with Armor Sunsetting, it's even more useless, so that's nice. Yeah, I'm not doing it this year. Hell no. They're probably gonna bring back the EAZ, at least from what the data mine stuff looks like. So I honestly, the EAZ was a nice looking place. Hopefully they make it so that mini bosses, it counts as a fire team. I hope they learned from last time. Because holy shit, dude, sitting in that one area, waiting for that one Scion guy to spawn, and everyone gonna get hidden, was so monotonous. It was just, I don't want to talk about that. It's fucking terrible. And I'm not doing it this year. So then, I don't know what else there is. There's probably gonna be some culminating final event, I guess, leading up into Beyond Light, I guess. Yeah, this seasonal model ain't that good. And I've heard and then seasonal worry too. It's like Jesus Christ. So, anyways, the idea of seasons that it's the ever changing game world, and your actions from last season will affect this season, will lead to that season. And again, I'll give it to Luke Smith in that post. I did say, okay, well, I want to see how you do Luke Smith with your whole entire Eververse or the whole entire Black Army, Ada would leave and whatever. And then like the next thing will start. I'll give them credit; they actually did pull it off. But again, I find it funny that it's like they dug themselves into another hole where they keep removing crap so nothing stays. So when you complete all the stuff for this season, all you have left to play is stuff from literally a year ago or 2 years ago in most cases, or stuff that's been the game since like year one, like the Leviathan raids, and you're just like, ugh. But yeah, the seasonal model, man, the whole entire taking crap out and putting crap in, it's just, I don't see the point of it. As a game developer, how disheartening must that be for you to work on something like a model, render it, and all this other shit, and work in an engine where they quite literally said to move a block or something might take them like 2 or 3 days for some reason, because Destiny has a really shitty engine, just for it to be removed within the next 3 months, like, Jesus Christ, like, I'd be pretty fucking lethargic at that point. But yeah, that Luke Smith thing, man. Luke Smith makes me laugh. Like, honestly, this type of shit he says, like, I don't know what kind of game he's playing, but he is not like, he's playing a different kind of Destiny from the rest of us. I don't know. Anyways, back to the season model crap. So, I still remember the VOD I was talking about, oh man, season 11 or 12, or whatever the fuck this season's supposed to be. It's going to be the culmination, everything's going to come into play. Yeah, everything did come to play. The Undying Mind dying did make us bring back Saint 14, which made Osiris threaten Rasputin with a scout rifle, which then had the whole entire Seraph thing. And then, again, ironically enough, Season of the Word, which is probably the funniest name for a season, that was probably the worst season, at least in my opinion. Rasputin gets fucking, like, digital bitch slapped by a fucking pyramid ship and just gets blown the fuck out and dies, or whatever. He's in a backup somewhere. So, man, that really was a big payout, all that effort, literally just to get Rasputin to do something and then bitch slapped instantly and die. I feel like that's like a perfect analogy for sometimes how I feel about this game. Like, you go through all these hoops and shit just for Bungie to say, nah, you know what, fuck that, shut that shit down, and just get fucked over. Yeah, that was fucking just... And then, like, don't talk about the almighty thing where, hey, the show starts at 10 o'clock, whatever, West Coast time, so 1 o'clock for East Coast time. You get there, you have to wait 30 minutes, and then you wait like an hour after that just for something to happen for the last 5 minutes to actually be something cool. Remember that? I'll give Bungie this. I think they're marketing geniuses. Okay, not only do they can sell us back the shit we've had from Destiny 1, they can also make us stand. They can also make us waste time in a virtual game. Like, I had to, like, I had a fucking epiphany, or like a moment of like realization. I'm like, I just stood in a tower for like an hour and 30 minutes staring at a fake sun in a video game just for the last 5 minutes of it. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you, man. It's like all the decisions just don't. It doesn't fucking make sense. I've already went over the Crucible changes, how they don't make any sense. again, they always, it's that Bungie perfectionism. He said, like, I forgot who said it, but maybe it was Luke Smith, but they always said, oh, we want each season or each whatever for a weapon to shine or whatever. And I said almost 2 years ago at this point, how it's dumb. Why'd you ever want to have a weapon that's strong now, and knowing it's going to be nerfed later, and then look at the weapon when it's nerfed and be like, wow, it's a shadow of its former self. Look what happened to Izanagi's, look what happened to Whisper. Whisper isn't as bad as Izanagi's, but goddamn, they slapped the shit out of that one. But anyways, that's the seasonal model. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It really goes to show that they don't have anything. There's content spread thin as it is. They've already reused the whole entire bunker upgrading Seraph Tower shit. I'll give them credit though. This one's a lot better because you can choose what you want, so that's fine. But I'm sick of doing fucking bounties. I'm like, at least with Shadowkeep, I did the missions, and even though the missions were gated by doing fucking stupid kill 100 Hive on the moon or kill 10 nightmares on Earth, stupid shit like that. At least I had a story mission to keep me going. But this, I don't know. Then let's talk about Beyond Light. I'm getting Shadowkeep vibes from it, where I said, at least, okay, it's not as bad as Shadowkeep, because at least with Shadowkeep, my biggest issue is, like, I've already been to the moon. I've played Destiny 1. Sure, it looks different, but I've been to the moon. Like, nostalgia isn't going to win me over anymore at this point. Like, I'm over it. With Vault of Glass and Cosmodrome, I love Vault of Glass. That was the very first raid I did. The very first hard mode raid I did, I got Vision of Confluence and Vex with the class, when it was still overpowered him, but I'm talking like a 4th shot kill. Like, Vault of Glass is by far my favorite raid. I have fond memories of it, but I've done it over 100 times. Doing it again is not going to do anything. It would be cool to see, like, in the No Time to Explain exotic quests, where you see maybe it's the new version of Vault of Glass, where everything's covered in, like, it's the Venus Gate, where everything's covered in vines and shit. Also, fun fact, I think we used to call Venus the past and Mercury the future. It's actually backwards. The side that has Mercury, where they're all like shiny shit, the whatever, that's the past, and the Venus thing with all the vines and stuff, that's the future. The No Time to Explain exotic quests explain those Vex are the future Vex, the one with the vines all over them and shit. It's pretty cool. But anyways, like, I've been there, done that. Oh, you're bringing back Hawkmoon? Let's talk about returning exotic weapons. I'm fine with weapons returning, whatever, but at the same time, don't sell them back to me. Like, Fourth Horseman. I've had Fourth Horseman since Destiny 1, Dark Glow in the first game. I remember getting that shit. It was fun as hell. I'm not going to pay $10 just to get a better version of it. Yes, is it better? Yes. Am I paying money for it? Why would I? It's like Brock brought back Last Word and Thorn. I'm like, I have to pay money to get fucking base Destiny 1 exotics. Not to pay money to get a Hawkmoon back. Again, objectively, are they better than what they were? And catch the Last Word, kinda, and maybe Thorn, yeah, kinda. They're not as broken, but still, I still have to pay money for shit that I've already had. Like, come on. Then don't even get me started on the perk block subclasses. You know how boring that is? Oh man, like, I've gotten used to it now. It's been like almost 4 years. It's just like, this game is so restrictive and shit. It's so boring. Everything's already, I don't know. Some people like, oh, let's see returning exotics. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So 21, I think, on this page, and 8 of them are returning. I mean, that doesn't sound as bad, or did I miscount? But, like, come on. A lot of these exotics are just returning exotics, and it's just, I think someone said like a third of them are returning exotics. Like, I don't know, man. But honestly, it's just like, the exotics in this game are just weird. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, but I'm just sick and tired of seeing returning exotics that are objectively better than their older counterparts, but I have to, like, pay to get. Technically, this was supposed to be Destiny 1. This thing's been data mined, like, forever. I think this was data mined before Taken King. So this was supposed to, I don't know, like, what happened to this one, but this one was in the database forever. Doobie's Volley, by the way. Isn't that the name of the main perk? No, it's not Scientist now. It would make sense it's called Doobie's Volley. The point is, Destiny's in a weird state. It's like how I feel about Warframe. The developers just kind of do what the fuck they want. they just ignore community feedback, and then they just expect people. At least with Warframe, it's free, right? At least there's that. With Destiny, I'm really paying for shit I've already done before, and I think that's what my biggest issue with the models is that I'm paying for shit. Like Destiny's biggest issue for me is that I'm paying for shit I've already had or things that should be already like basic features or something. Like being like I'm still kind of like I'm not mad, but it just kind of like rubs me the wrong way. Like for instance, when they made this game free to play, right? There's no kind of reimbursement or hell, even a dumbass emblem for hey, you know what? Since you played Destiny in the first year when Destiny 2 year one when it was complete ass and everyone fucking hated the game, you know what? Just for playing that here, we'll give you an emblem or maybe a discount where you can get any ornament you want from Everest store. You get a archive bundle, like something, you know, like something to show. Hey, you know, no, it's just like well, it's free to play. Fuck you, for all you that bought the season pass and all that other stuff. Am I mad that it went free to play and everyone else got to gets to experience like I think not I don't think Forsaken's free, but everything else like I think even the Forges might be free now. Am I mad about that? No, because I think another issue. Again, ironically enough, I find that they acknowledge it, but then they did the seasonal model, which splits people up even further. Is that they say the biggest issue is that Destiny has spared entry to buy DLC just to stay relevant, and like season is kind of the same thing now, especially with White Level One. Because as a person who hasn't bought the season for like this is my first season, I've reached the cap for once, like 1060. All the other seasons never got even close because again I don't get nearly as much pinnacle gear from shit. So there's that. What am I trying to say with this long ass rambling? It's not even a rant. I'm not even angry at this point. I'm just fucking tired of this shit. I don't know, man. Shadowkeep was meh. Beyond Light, I've said this so many fucking times, but I'm not pre-ordering Beyond Light. I'm gonna do like I did a Shadowkeep. I'm gonna see what it's like, and if it, fuck it. I'll watch it. I'll spoil myself. I'll watch the playthrough because honestly, if it's gonna be like Shadowkeep where it's an interesting thing and they just drop the ball, I'm fucking no. I truly mean that Beyond Light really is their last chance because this year's been pretty fucking awful. I mean, it's not like Destiny 2 Year 1 awful, but it's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty fucking bad, I'll be honest with you. Again, I don't play much Crucible, but I feel for you Crucible guys, honestly. I remember a time there used to be a new Crucible map, couple like every big expansion. You haven't got a new one like what over a year? No, you got some returning ones. Which, I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Anomaly. Anomaly is an alright map. I personally am more of a Pantheon person myself. I like Pantheon or Divergence, I guess it's called now. But Shores of Time, Distant Shore, whatever the hell the remake's called. It's called Shores of whatever. Yeah, there's no new Crucible maps. And then some of these balance passes in the fucking PvP sandbox. Again, if you told me a year ago auto rifles are gonna have the .7 time to kill, I'd be like, then why are you nerfing Luna's Howl? And then with Weapon Sunsetting, good luck with you guys in Trials that don't want to use the most meta broken bullshit. I don't know. I feel like the Felwinter's thing is kind of like a encapsulation how I feel about the Crucible sandbox team. They know certain things are a problem, but then they just make it worse or something. For instance, they know Mindbenders, Spare Reaction, such a OP combo, quote unquote. It's like fucking annoying as shit to deal with. Yet they think, okay, well, if we give everyone a broken weapon, they don't even the playing field. You're like, well, yeah, that's true in theory, but then what you run into is everyone's using Felwinters, and if you're not running Felwinters, then you're just gonna get you're gonna get fucked over. That's whatever. I don't know. And then like there's always I will again they're not Bungie isn't that bad. Again, I like how their stance on exploits is that it's they take responsibility. So if you abuse exploits, they're not gonna unless it's like some like network manipulation, but they're not gonna ban you or something. Like the only time they've ever actually done something was the bad Juju Catalyst thing, and then all they did was just disable the exotic or the catalyst until you actually got legit, which is actually pretty cool on them. Also, found it funny that I think since the Leviathan's going away, I think so the tribute hall. So to all the people that spent their Bright Dust buying the tributes and shit, that sucks. Yeah, I'll say it again. Taking away content isn't the way to go. Honestly, I don't even know why this game's like 100 gigs. Like I'm legit trying to figure out where's all its size coming from. That's whatever. And look, I'm not gonna try to pretend like, oh man, I'm gonna miss Mercury or Mars. I do miss Titan. Titan's pretty. Out of all the vanilla D2, planets, Nessus is my favorite because I just like Dex, and also I like the flowers on Nessus. That's why it's my fucking emblem. But I mean, I always thought Titan was like probably like the either my second favorite or like close to Nessus. Because I mean, honestly, it's like a I know it's not a water, it's a methane gas world or whatever. But I thought it was pretty cool. Plus that giant like worm or big boy in the fish, whatever the fuck it says. So I thought that was pretty cool. I hate Sapdude's song though. I mean, I like the music. I just hate the fucking final boss. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh man, them vaulting these planets. Oh my god, it's so awful. Because I mean, who really plays Escalation Protocol? Who really goes to Mercury and says, I can't wait to do my Bugna System heroic? I'll be honest, that's fine. But at the same time, I hope they replace it with something meaningful. Because if I'm losing Titan, Mercury, Mars for Europa, Cosmodrome, and Vault of Glass, and those planets better have more to them, especially Cosmodrome and maybe Venus. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be the thing like with the Whisper, where there's just a Vex gate somewhere on Isle that teleports to the Vault. Who fucking knows? What you call? I forgot my train of thought. But you know, okay. But like at least with Rise of Iron, the Plague Land was like it wasn't just a reskin on the Cosmodrome. It was actually a different area. It was an extension of the Cosmodrome, but it wasn't just the Cosmodrome, you know? Nostalgia only takes you so far. I hope Bungie realizes that they stop banking on this shit. Sometimes I feel like they do certain things story-wise to make people come back. Like, I think Killing Cade 6 was definitely to get people reinvested, because the end of year 1 for Destiny 2 was pretty fucking awful. Exo Stranger coming back, I think it's another big thing, because Luke Smith, again, they're like so disingenuous. Oh man, I wonder which jerk said the Exo Stranger was story's over. I swear, I think it was him or something. Maybe he was joking about himself, but I swear one of the lead directors talked about how like the Exo Stranger's kind of like done for now. So I mean, like, come on, don't fucking. Hey, I'm getting flashbacks. It's the come with the giant R is what Destiny's fucking trash. Those videos made me laugh. It's like, oh man, it's a new chapter in Destiny. I'm over here thinking, man, is this so they could put a Wiffle fucking studio with 2-3 studios technically backing them? Shit, okay, let's see what they can do by themselves. And we got this year, so not looking too hot. At the end of the day, I think I also come to this realization. I think what makes me annoyed with games like Destiny and like Warframe is that the developers made a very unique game where it's very hard to replicate. Like, I can't find another game that really like gets me that Destiny niche that, you know, this game does. But again, they always make some dumbass decisions or things I perceive to be dumb or terrible for the economy, or like, you know, terrible decisions that kind of ruin the experience for me. And it's like, God, if this was like, if there's just another clone of Destiny out there, it's like kind of like the whole time Monopoly thing. If this is just if there's another clone of Destiny out there that wasn't this, like, that didn't have this kind of terrible decision making, I'll play that shit in a heartbeat. Maybe Destiny does need a competition, need some competitor shit. Everyone said it was Warframe. Warframe and Destiny are different games entirely. Like, the only fucking similarities, oh, there's weapons, space, abilities. That's it. Like, fucking third-person shooter compared to first-person shooter. I don't know. And is there anything else I need to get off my chest? Oh, the whole entire, I'll say it again, it's been fucking, well, we're almost to year 7 now, and they finally said, oh, this is what Destiny is? Oh, nice to know. Another thing someone pointed out is that the Lightfall thing, that, you know, the thing with the pyramid ship on it, with the Traveler next to it, if that's going to happen in 2022, yeah, 2022, does that mean they're just going to be chilling out here for the fucking next 2 years? That's going to be kind of boring, you know, like, that finally, after all this build-up of 3 years waiting, they're just going to sit there. Maybe, honestly, I seriously doubt that, they'll do anything in Beyond Light. I think, like, it's going to be some cheesy shit where at the end of it, you know, oh, they finally do something, and it's going to lead into the next season or some crap. And it's all going to be teasing until Lightfall or some shit. Maybe Lightfall's into the Destiny universe. But yeah, I think that's about it. TLDR, seasonal models, trash. I think anyone could have saw that one coming. Beyond Light's really their time to prove it with all this weapon and armor sunsetting. They need stuff to replace this, especially the bows. I'm looking at you bows, because the only bows that aren't getting sunsetted are Tyranny of Heaven and Whispering Slab. I don't think there's any other energy bow that isn't pre-Forsaken or post-Forsaken, like in a new season. Like, you know, I don't think there's any season of Dawn bows or seasoning and dyeing bows. Um, Especially armor sunsetting. Uh, and yeah, Destiny's just in a place where it's I'm lethargic to it. Like I don't, it's a complete apathy. You know, I'm not angry. I'm not excited. I'm just like when I see a new trail, I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Pyramid shifts. Oh, like you know, like if this was me 4 or 5 years ago, I'd be fucking foaming at the mouth. Oh my god, Destiny, take my money. But at this point, it's just fucking. I don't know. Like, I guess I feel like the traveler. I'm just fucking chilling there, and shit's just happening, and I just don't give a fuck. You know. Did that piece come off the traveler? I think that piece started to lift off the traveler. Interesting. Uh, but yeah, that's how I feel. Anyways, thanks for watching.